Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, elephants and zebras, gypsies and the sheep. So, for those who have been following some of the recent events, I'm having surgery. It's coming up soon, and anyway, one of the things I'm doing and going to do, if that makes sense, I'm working on it. What I need to do, I have to do it. I don't have a choice. I have to sit down and put all this stuff on paper and organize it. That's the only way this is going to happen. One thing that I realized is that there may be times where I'm going to have to change what I'm doing. You know, I have these plans, and I can come up with all sorts of plans. I was great at that in the past. I'm still great at that. I can come up with all sorts of ideas. But then putting them into action is another thing. And one of the problems I've had in the past is that I've put list after list, you know, one on top of the other, and they were not realistic. It would be impossible to do. Now that's why I'm taking this slow, and I'm basically having arguments with myself as to what to do and how to do it. I don't want to be redundant, so I'm only going to talk briefly about some of this. And whoops, Lucky, you okay? Your bed's right here, buddy. So I'm going to talk briefly about it, and then get into another stage of what I want to do. So I have to pay off the credit union, so I can start a savings account again. There are reasons for that. The main reason is just being responsible, being a man. Nothing more than that. Who knows what happens in life? So if something happens, I need to be able to pay the expenses. I cannot expect others to do it for me. I need to do it. I think my boy needs to go out again, or wants to go out again. So, you know, I'm going to deal with the bill for the surgery. Finish paying off the car loan. Once the car loan is paid off, the other things I should be able to get into pretty fast. I mean, you know, like paying the credit union off is not something I'm going to be able to do right away, but I do need to go over there and find out how much I owe, and then I need to start working out a payment plan, how much I can afford to pay them each month. Now, one of the things I've mentioned in previous videos, and there is something else that I'm going to talk about that deals with this issue, but I've not talked about in the past. And that's because I got something in the mail today. We got something in the mail today. Hold on, let me pause this and take my young man out. Okay, I'm back. I took Lucky out. So anyway, so I've already talked about the finances that I'm going to be dealing with. So I don't really need to talk about that again. Something I've mentioned in the past. Oh, let me go back. don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, so something I've mentioned in the past is that, that's the washing machine, is that in high school I took welding for 2 years. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a great welding instructor. I did okay. I was really good with oxyacetylene or gas welding, and so Mr. Doig took me off of that and put me on arc welding. I could do flat plate just fine, but vertical and overhead, I never got the hang of those. I sure tried though. Spent hours doing that. So anyway, and I don't live in Texas. I don't live in a hot state. I live in New Hampshire. And my wife was saying it feels like fall. So anyway, so I got this thing today, King Community Education. I still don't have glasses, so reading this is very difficult. Here's some of the classes they're offering: languages, computer and tech skills, and the Cook's Corner. Now that would be for me. They have a cake decorating class that I'd really like, but it doesn't tell me how much it costs. Arts and crafts studio, personal enrichment, adult academic and vocational programs. And I went to their website and I found their website. They have a welding program. It's almost $1,000. That covers the whole 2-year program. All the books, everything is supposed to be included in it. But you know, I would eventually find something that's not included. And then I'd have to provide my own transportation, of course. I probably have to buy my own leathers and buy my own helmet and my own hat. I don't know what it's called. It's a hat you wear, put over your head, because otherwise the sparks will get into your hair and burn your hair, and burnt hair doesn't smell good. Anyway, so, and this is you get certified with this. You know, this is not just, you know, 5 hours of welding. They do offer a class that's similar to that. But see, part of being a responsible adult is earning your own way in life. Now, there's a video that I made today that is still uploading. It's about half an hour long, that deals with a group of people that are on disability, or some of them are on disability, yet they say they oppose such programs. It turns out one guy who, in my opinion, frankly, makes a pretty good living, turns out he's a welfare whore, and he has no need to be on welfare. He makes a good living. But you know, so look, another goal, this is a longer term, well, not necessarily a longer term goal, because it's going to take me years to pay off my debts. Years. It may take a year or more to pay off the credit union. But anyway, the welding program that it's mentioned on here, but most of it's on their website, and I'll try and provide a link to that. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I have to wait till after the surgery for anything like that. Not just after the surgery, I have to wait till I heal up. And that's going to be a while. But that doesn't mean I can't look into these things. It doesn't mean I cannot explore these things. Because I am doing that. I am exploring these things. I am thinking about these things. I'm looking into these things. These things are not just ideas. These things are, I'm actually putting forth an effort. So, maybe I will become a welder after all. I can say I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed welding, but you know, that was like 35, 40 years ago. It would, you know, whatever skill I had is gone. They have an ASL program. ASL is American Sign Language. Took 4 semesters of it in college, but you know, use it or lose it, and I've lost it. I still know the manual alphabet, but I learned the alphabet when I was little. And then they have arts and crafts. You know, I can't earn a living. I can't provide for us as a basket weaver or as an artist, or making pottery or quilted wall hangings or sewing or stained glass. I can't provide for my family with those things. It'd be nice if I could, but you know, that's not the way. Now, cake decorating, that I might be able to use, and I could get a job at one of the markets in case anybody wonders what I mean by market, I mean grocery store. Remember, I'm European, I'm from Europe, so I may say things a little differently sometimes. But yeah, that's a possibility. There is a wonderful person here in our town that teaches yoga, and I was going to take her class, but then I got my MRI results, and I looked at that, and things had gotten worse. So I decided it would be best, even though I had my doctor's approval, my family doctor's approval, to start exercising. After the MRI results were received, I said, no, I'm not going to intentionally do any more damage to my body. Even though it's gentle yoga, I have balance issues, so I could fall and hurt myself. And the surgeon said if I do that, things could get really bad really fast. I mean, really bad. Or I couldn't walk at all. I couldn't stand up at all. So, after the surgery, after I heal enough, I do want to start doing the yoga. But again, I can't put too much on my plate. And the yoga, you know, and if one day I couldn't do it, I just don't have to go. But the welding program, which I have up here, that might be a good idea. The cake decorating, I don't know. See, I don't really like to be around people. I'm not a people person. So baking cakes and cake decorating, I mean, yeah, I bake my own cakes. I don't use mixes. I bake it from scratch. But and the markets probably have their own formula, their own recipe, their own mix, where I wouldn't have to make everything from scratch. I don't know. I have worked at a market before. It was a health food store. I didn't like that place. And that was in Texas. That wasn't up here. And they did not do things from scratch, even though it was implied that some things were scratch. They weren't from scratch. And I don't like working in a place where people bring pornography to work with them, amongst other things. So, but I'm not going to go into that. If you like pornography, that's cool, whatever. But you don't take it to work. And if you're the boss, you should not allow that to be taken to work. Anyway, so I'm thinking maybe this welding program would be a good idea. That way I would be able to get off disability. And I can just I'd be able to earn a living for my family, and I'd probably bring in a whole lot more money than I do on disability, that's for sure. But we shall see. We shall see. So, and the thing about paying off my bills, that's not something I'm going to be able to do every single day. That's a long process. And it is going to be a long process. But certain bills come first, like paying off the credit union comes one of the first things I have to do. After my surgery, or either before or after my surgery, they're going to have somebody come up to talk to me about my bill, and I'm going to work out the payment program for that, and I'm going to pay them. Now, once the car loan is paid off, I can increase the amount of money that I pay for these things, like the hospital bill, the doctor bill. I can increase how much I spend, or how much I pay for that. And the credit union, I'm not going to start paying the credit union until after the surgery. But I owe the credit union almost as much as this program costs, but this program is a 2-year program. And I might be able to find some sort of financing for it. I hope I can. So anyway, my wife is starving to death, and I'm hungry, and I have food that's in a brine, so I need to get up and cook. So I am going to go ahead and upload this video and do whatever I have to do to upload it, and then I'm going to get to cooking, because I don't think she's real happy with me right now because I'm not cooking her dinner, and she's hungry, and if she's hungry, she deserves to eat. So, and it's responsibilities. My responsibility is the kitchen and cooking, so I need to do it. So anyway, I know people don't want to look up my nose, so I'm gonna have to find another way to do this camera. But anyway, yeah, y'all have a good day. Bye.